So hello everybody, this is another short video to describe another new feature that we added in FixPack 7 of Integration Bus version 10, which is all about letting an Integration Bus installation send log entries to the logmet service in Bluemix. Whilst I tell you about this, I'm just typing a command here, which is the MQSI change Bluemix reporting command, which is required in order to switch on this capability. I've used a -G flag here to symbolise I'd like the logging switched on for all of my integration servers. The -L parameter is activating the feature, and then the next few parameters that I've added here are giving my Bluemix credentials. So I have the particular Bluemix region of US South, I've got my user ID, I've got the same value btomps@uk.ibm.com as my organisation name, and I've also got my Bluemix password, and ultimately this space within Bluemix where I would like to use the dashboard as well. The final parameter, the -D, to push a Kibana dashboard as part of switching on this feature, so that when I go into my logmet service for the first time, there will already be an integration bus dashboard waiting to receive all of the log entries that I'm sending to it. In order for the feature to take effect, I do need to restart my node, so I'm just going to do a stop command here and then a start command. And while those are executing, I'll give you a little bit more background about the feature. What's actually happening here is we're using the logmet service, which is based on top of what we call the ELK stack. ELK is actually a stack of 3 open source products: Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana. They provide a search server capability, then the ability to ingest data or a pipelining technology, and then finally Kibana, which is a web browser-based dashboarding technology. So using these dashboards, it enables us to centralize a view of how lots of different integration bus implementations are behaving. It also allows us to push log entries from various other on-premise products that IBM offers, so that ultimately you can create your own charts and amalgamate information, aggregate it from a variety of different feeds. So what we're going to do here after I've started up my test node is wait for a while for some log entries to be generated. I'm going to execute some deploys so that we have some interesting data to look at, and then I'll return to the system in a few moments' time, and we'll look at the dashboard that's currently in the background of this screenshot, and we'll look at it with some data on, and we'll explore those dashboards. So in a few minutes I'll return and we will do exactly that. Okay, so it's been a while since I switched on the Bluemix reporting feature of my integration bus node, and here I am back in the logmet dashboard of my Bluemix space, where I've been sending log entries. The dashboard that we're looking at is a basic template provided by the product, but you can add your own charts depending on what data you'd like to display. The charts we're looking at here are constructed from the raw integration bus events, which would normally appear in the syslog of your integration bus installation. Each event has a so-called BIP number associated with it, which uniquely identifies it within our message catalog. And then the events themselves are available at the base of dashboard. So I'm just going to scroll down for a moment and have a look at what they look like for a minute. So here you can see that they carry an identifier for whether they're classified as errors, warnings, or informational messages. And we also put out some basics like a timestamp, the name of the integration node and the integration server that produced the log entry, and of course some text telling you what occurred in longhand. If we move back to the top of the dashboard, then up here we can see the top 2 charts are showing which of your integration bus implementations are generating the most entries in their log within the nominated time period. I'm currently looking at a period of the last 15 minutes. During that period, I've actually been driving my integration bus pretty hard. I've been executing a lot of repetitive deploys against it, just to see some interesting data here in the charts. It might be handy to be able to pick out which of your installations is doing the most insertions into their log. Typically that would be worthy of interest. It could be perfectly innocent, of course. If many people are doing deployments, then you'd expect to see that, but it would normally be worthy of some further investigation. You can also see some charts here which have a legend for counting the number of log messages of a particular type or of a particular level. In this case, everything is informational that I'm showing at the moment. Lower down, we've also got a special chart which shows integration servers which are started, stopped, or having their configuration changed via a deploy, for example. Typically for a production system, you'd expect this kind of chart to be flatlining most of the time, and so at a glance you'll be able to see if anybody is conducting a change to one of your systems. So, to summarise what I've shown in this short example, we've seen how we can enable an integration bus installation at FixPack 7 to push the log entries to a remote Kibana dashboard hosted on the LogMet service in Bluemix. Just a final reminder, I want to reiterate that currently we don't offer any guaranteed qualities of service for the logging or a defined retention period for the data, just due to the current classification of this service as an experimental feature. But please do stay glued to the usual channels as we go through next year. And in the meantime, of course, if you'd like to pass on any feedback about this new feature, then we would love to hear from you. Thank you very much.